Hello there, how are you today? Let's see, the CDC put out a statistic that said that the birth rate in America is the lowest ever, and it's not at replacement levels. First of all, I was surprised to hear that the CDC was even around. I thought that it had been defunded because the current presidential administration doesn't like statistics on healthcare. But nonetheless, that one was released. And I think it might be true because the United States has been trending downward as far as having kids and stuff like that for probably like 20 years now, maybe. But anyway, it's been talked about a lot on social media and in the media, the mainstream media. And I wanted to read this take right here, this brilliant take from Facebook. It's on the Hot 97 page on Facebook. Anyway, this person's name is Kevrock G. Jr. And this is what he has to say. If you take the child support away and make it 50-50 custody, I got 15 loaded ready, and I'm willing to take care of mines without any government assistance. All right. And then my response to that. If this is what men have to offer, the birth rate needs to go down further. And I agree with that. Because what Kevrock is describing to me sounds like a worst case scenario. It sounds just terrible. And I just cannot believe that we have strayed this far from God. And there was one comment on here where a woman said, or maybe it was a man. Actually, I think it was a man. He said, how about just not having children with people who you haven't married? Oh, yeah. Rossi Glorioso. How about just not have kids with women you have no intention on marrying? Makes perfect sense to me. But there are other comments under here that say things like, oh, another woman said, or you can just marry the mother. Let's see what that. Okay, I guess those comments have been deleted. But yeah, there's this one comment under there that says, hell yeah, brother. So that is the mentality that we're dealing with here. Another comment says, I don't know, bro. No child support may equal no kids. Someone else says they got contracts. So that's the type of mentality that we're dealing with. So I don't know, to me it stands to reason that the birth rate is going down because a lot of men are not really very family oriented, or marriage oriented, or commitment oriented, and they only want to deal with the child half of the time. That is unacceptable and disrespectful, and I don't think women should put up with it at all. So if those are the terms that men want, I think that women are doing the right thing by either not having them at all or not having very many. And one part of this discussion that I heard was just like I don't know if it's a lot of women are not having children at all. They're not having as many. So the births per women have gone down. And I feel like in order to have a family with, 2 to 5 children, a couple needs to stay together for a while. They need to stay together for, probably at least like 10 years or so. And I don't know that that's happening a lot. So I think a lot of women are probably having either only children, they, got with a guy and he was a disappointment and, so they broke up and then they had their one child, then they might go get with somebody else, repeat the cycle. So now there's 2 with 2 different dads because, the men didn't really have their head in it. So let's see, there was another conversation on Facebook that I was a part of here. Oh, well, it may not pull it up fast enough, but one gentleman said something about how the government shouldn't be in it at all, and there shouldn't be any like laws governing like things like child support and stuff like that. So again, like if those are the terms, and he didn't use the word marriage either, or commitment, or family. He just said something like it all just needs to be up to like religious institutions. There should be no government regulation at all. So listen, men have been on social media now for 20 years saying that they don't want to be married and saying that they don't like American women. And, in my particular group of people, there have been a lot of men who say that they don't like black women. So, I mean, it is what it is. I don't understand why anyone is surprised here. They shouldn't be. I don't know why people in the media are sitting there scratching their head trying to figure out, oh, what's going on? I made a video once before and it said something like, do women even have the opportunity really to have families? I mean, I think there's lots of opportunities to get pregnant. I don't know that there's a lot of great opportunities to like get married and have families. Oh, okay, here it is. Simple solution. Take the government. Okay, so I was wrong. I was wrong. Take the government out of the marriage business and let religious or non-religious sects deal with that. What does that even mean? Take the government out of alimony and child support industries and start making people make better decisions based on logic. Well, it sounds to me like a lot of women have been choosing to not get pregnant, and that was the choice based on logic. And let's see, that kind of sentiment is very common on social media, complaining about child support, complaining about alimony. Realistically, most men would benefit financially through marriage because most women work. There are not that many women that are stay-at-home moms, generally speaking. I mean, there are some, but that is common in more affluent communities. I don't know anything about that guy, but I don't know. So yeah, I mean, again, people are not connected with reality. People are delusional. People look at these celebrity divorces and they're like, oh no, she took half. Well, okay, let's look at someone like Jeff Bezos, for instance. Yeah, that first wife, she got half. I believe she became a literal millionaire when she got a divorce. Does Bezos look worried about that money? Worried about that money? Nope. He's made it all back. So, I mean, guys like that like really have something to lose, they don't worry about it because they're gonna make it all back. And most of the guys that are complaining about paying alimony or something, that probably would not be a factor in their relationship, simply because most people don't make that much money. So I mean, it's delusion, just pure delusion. So anyway, there is that nonsense. Oh, and the thing about child support. At one point, I took out a loan to go to school. I paid it back. It took me working 2 jobs for several years. I paid that money back. So if I can pay back my student loan, they can pay for child support. And that's like male or female. Don't tell me that you can't pay that child support. Figure it out and, come up with some money. If you need to work at the drive-up window or Golden Corral or something on the weekends, then do that. But, quit acting like you can't make any money. It's just ridiculous. And it's your child. I mean, there's all this delusion that their child's mother is, living in the lap of luxury over there, like $80 a week or something that a lot of them pay. And so, it's just ridiculous. And